All right.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today, Connect is with me here. Luke is running a bit late, so he will be here in a moment. But for now, we start off with Connect. Nottingham Forest obviously beat us because we were woeful. A lot of issues throughout the game there. What's your honest opinions on the performances so far? And is Bernardo Silva the main problem? Because that's the scapegoat everyone is using right now, including myself.
It was probably one of the hardest games to watch this season because we did not create anything really. Not much at the top of my head. I remember Haaland. The one chance Haaland got, he made himself because I believe he tackled Chris Wood and went on a small dribble, and then the shot went just wide. I think that was Haaland's one and only shot, and every other chance.
I believe so. That was, I don't think he got a single touch in the box. Unless he was in the box for that chance. I can't really remember it clearly.
It was near the edge, so he may have just gone in, but he may have been on the edge as well. So
I think he doesn't have a single touch in the box, but he has one touch in the box. And he don't get a single touch in the box for him. It's that kind of tragic.
Yeah, no touches in the box. Not a good look.
Because again, I don't know if you watched my review. I actually asked for a review rather, but in the review I talked about space. Like Pep's philosophy is all about space in football. Like if you listen to some old interviews from Pep, and I mean like when he was in Barca's B team, he was talking about football is a game of spaces. That's his own words. Football is a game of spaces and moving the ball through the spaces. And I feel like if I look at Pep Guardiola's football right now, what the problem is we're not moving the ball through space. We're just moving the ball to nowhere. Like when we get the ball into the wingers, you would think wingers like Savinho and Doku, they're explosive, energetic, but they're useless. Because here's the thing. Nottingham Forest knew how to deal with them. Doku, let him cut inside, guide him to cut inside, and then gets two men on him. Savinho, pressure him a bit and he'll pass backwards. That's how they dealt with them. They completely made them useless. And it's not their fault. That's what Pep tells them to do. It's not their fault. But it's way too predictable. Then you look at midfield. You have Bernardo Silva. His passing is never going forwards. Gundogan in the same midfield would have been better. Now, let's say if we had no Foden, then Bernardo Silva might have first. Because if you put someone else there who can have that forward pass, then you can put Bernardo Silva actually ahead of whoever has that forward pass and try a bit of playmaking from deep. That might work better. But it's all too rigid. It's all too rigid with lacking fluidity. And Pep Guardiola, the easiest way to fix that, in my opinion, is don't play Bernardo Silva. Like you can make it work with Bernardo, I think, but it's easier to just not play him.
Yeah. Bernardo was obviously the highlight of the loss last week, and yeah, it just really showed the not passing forward. Like you say, maybe if he was a bit higher up the pitch, but I think the other option is probably better. Just play someone else that will make those passes that we kind of need. Gundo. I think it was against Newcastle. He played a good few forward balls. From what I saw in the highlights, it wasn't couldn't watch it because it was 3 p.m. kickoff. But from what I saw of the highlights and clips and all that, he made a lot of forward passes. Oh, sorry, someone's calling me. Oh, they hung up. All right.
Spam call, probably.
Yeah.
I've been getting a load recently. I never used to get them. Nowadays, I keep getting calls from Brussels, which if you get a call from Brussels, that's a scam call. Because like even the federal government doesn't call from Brussels anymore. It's kind of weird, actually. Federal government doesn't call from the capital. Like what? But you never get calls from Brussels. If you get a call from Brussels, that is a scam call. But I feel like it is indeed easier to just not play Bernardo Silva. I do wonder if you have like maybe, and this is like a wild idea, but let's say you put Grealish in instead of Bernardo Silva. Like Grealish, okay, in midfield, can he still make that forward pass? We know he can control the game? Will he maybe pass a ball forward from midfield? And people, I'm not saying I want that, by the way. That's not what I want. But like everything I look at, is it a single possibility that you think is worse than Bernardo Silva outside of playing like academy players that are improved?
Oh, so sorry. So would I rather play like academy players of Bernardo? Is that essentially what you're asking me? Sorry.
No, excluding the academy, because academy is controversial. The one side says, oh, but they're improving. The other side says, well, they can't be worse. But excluding academy, just our main squad players, is it anyone worse than Bernardo Silva right now? Like even Grealish there.
No, I don't think there really is. I think we'd have to see more people take on that role properly. Like Grealish, I remember he played. I think he played in that area against Forest at the Etihad, and I think he did quite well. But then I don't think I think he played it again there, and it didn't go quite so well. Gundo, he's obviously had decent moments this season, but we all know where we stand with Ilkay. But yeah,
But here's my thing with Ilkay. I think he can play if you surround him with young players who can run.
yeah,
That's not optimal because now you're telling other players work twice as hard, which obviously that's going to get injuries quicker. But if you only play once a week, as we do, I think that's manageable. I think Ilkay Gundogan is something we can't play him week in, week out, but like every second week, having Ilkay Gundogan and telling other players, listen, we only play once a week, run a bit harder, I think that works. Bernardo Silva, I don't like. The problem is not just the energy for the Bernardo. It's a lot more than just lacking energy for him, I think. Not sure if you agree with that.
Yeah, he doesn't have that energy that we, he used to be like an engine for City.
Yeah.
But that engine hasn't got its battery anymore. And it's partly due to age. Maybe it's partly due to just, I don't know, just, what's the word? Like tired, I guess.
Exhausting.
It could be a number of things, and that are all contributing towards it. But the bottom line is that that no, he doesn't have that energy anymore. But that's the main thing, and yeah, and like creativity doesn't seem to have. I know we've never been like the most super creative player of all time, but just doesn't seem like he has any ideas anymore.
Even if he was never the most creative player of, like he wasn't a creative player at all, but he did more than this.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
he kept in with an occasional assist in the past, and now he just doesn't at all. Man United and the not FA Cup, and Europa League beat Real Sociedad 4-1, and Tottenham beat AZ Alkmaar 3-1. That actually surprised me, the Tottenham game. I thought they were going to get played apart by Alkmaar, because Tottenham, needing a goal, pressing up to it they do, I thought they'd get played apart. Look at the Belgium squad list. I'm not going to do that right now. I did see a bit of it, so it doesn't look good, to be honest. Yeah, big up to Dasil to go check out Luke and Connect's channel. Where is Luke? He's coming in a second. He's a bit late. Romeo Vermont is starting at Club Next. I don't get why like Club Next is the B team. I don't know why he's starting at the B team all the time. Like, bro, let him play. He's such a like this is the same as Man City doesn't go. Like good players that are young. You have players who are tired, and instead of letting the young players play a bit, let's keep playing this guy. Let's keep playing this guy, and you can play for the youth team. It's so weird. It's so baffling to me, honestly. Like, why do what is it with modern football managers and being allergic to playing young players? Because it's not only Pep. Let's be honest, Mikel Arteta would have not played a lot of the young players if they had an injury, if they didn't have the injuries they did. It's a modern football manager thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean the only exception I feel to that rule is like I think probably Barca, because their academy is just mental, and when it almost seems like they're popping out with someone new, a new superstar every year from their academy.
But that's brutal, is it?
Yeah,
Barca is good, but it's only as good as the players who are given a chance are. And
Yeah,
that's the
exactly.
crucial thing, they're given a chance.
Yeah, and I just feel like if more teams, including us, gave someone that was doing good in their academy a go, it's not going to work every time, but one time it might, and you might have like an absolute gem there from there on. Suddenly you've got a new player that can actually be an asset in your team. I just don't think enough. I don't think enough teams really try and do that gamble. Try and give it a bosh.
Yeah, like you said it perfectly. Like, just take a gamble.
Yeah.
Like, especially for the Man City right now. What do you have to lose? Like,
Literally.
people would say top 4. Earlier in the season, nobody was actually thinking we would fail to make top 4. So let's say January. January, I think everyone was confident in top 4. What did we have to lose? Nothing. Kusanov only plays because Akanji is injured. Like, let's be honest, he will be on the bench right now otherwise. We will not know how good this kid is if Akanji wasn't injured. Why do we need to wait until Akanji is injured to see how good a player is? As Silt says, just send them on loan. Look at how many flops Barcelona produced from their academy. Like, bro, when people talk about Lamine Yamal, they're like, why do they produce so many talented players? Have you seen how many players they bring through that absolutely flop? Ansu Fati, great example, absolute flop of a player. They just produce so many, but they give them a chance. And they don't give them one chance by playing them one game. They give them 5, 10, 15 games. And if you're not good enough, bye. If you're good enough, great. And if you don't want to give them a chance at Barcelona, send them on loan, like Kubarsi. Send them on loan. Let them prove themselves elsewhere, then bring them back. If McAtee, we brought him back from loan from Sheffield United. Great, you send him on loan, you give him a chance to play. Now we keep him and we say, oh, we want to play him, but you don't play him. O'Reilly, oh, he can cover for Rodri, but he doesn't play once when Rodri is injured. It's blatant lying as well. That's one thing well, there's many things I'm tired from, but the lying from Pep Guardiola is honestly something I'm so tired of. And people call it mental mind games. I'm sorry, it's just lying to your fans. No two ways to spin it. Pep in, Pep out, yada yada, all the way in between. Can he stop lying? Because honestly, what do we as a club get from the lies? Is it mental mind games when everyone already knows he's doing this? He's been doing it for 8 years. Everyone knows he's lying. So why does he keep lying to the fans? That's what I don't get.
Yeah, on the lies part, like sometimes it is mind games, obviously, but then sometimes, and again, I go back specifically to that Nico Riley can cover for Rodri thing. That's a direct quote from him. I don't see how you benefit from that being a mind game. You know, how does anyone benefit from that?
Absolutely, because let's say Rodri doesn't get injured. Let's assume Rodri doesn't get injured. Everyone knows you have Rodri, so they're still scared of you. Let's say Rodri does get injured. Everyone respects you. They wait to see this Nico O'Reilly kid. They see you don't play him 5 games, and then they realize, oh, it was a lie.
Yeah.
It happens that quickly.
Literally.
And that's actually... do you think that's why we had a good start to the season without Rodri? Because people were expecting O'Reilly or Kovacic to step up, and then they slowly realized if we just transition quickly, we'll cook them. Do you think that's what happened? Because we were definitely found out throughout the early part of the season.
Yeah, we started the season quite well in terms of results, at least. I think we got like 5 wins or something in a row. But obviously that fell away. I think it does partly come down to being found out. Is Luke? Hey, Luke.
All right.
Hello. There you go. Hello, Luke. How are you?
Yeah, good. Well, been quiet again, not without City, but then again, I'm just been enjoying doing other stuff. I think in a way, right, it's been refreshing to sort of just have stress with City right now. It's nice to have a break every now and again because this club at times is a bit of a nightmare. So enjoy it while it lasts for the next disaster, probably against Brighton.
Bro, at the Etihad, okay, By the way, top 5 is confirmed to give us a Champions League.
Yeah.
If you think about that, can we just win at the Etihad, please? Like this, it's not the Brighton team from 2 years ago. Like can we just win at the Etihad? Am I asking for that much? By the way, the Etihad is struggling to sell out. Yikes.
Because do you want to know why though? I'll say it because the club are bloody stupid when it comes to prices. 61 quid minimum for a ticket tomorrow against Brighton. 61 quid. Are you
For the
joking
lowest
me?
prices.
Huh?
For the lowest prices.
Yep.
What?
61 quid.
That's staggering.
And you won.
That is
And
actually staggering.
Pep's asking, rightly so, for a good atmosphere, right? But the club are not helping him at all. So what he's doing, go to the board and tell them exactly what you say and say, right, if you want us to have a good atmosphere, get the prices down. Not saying like 20 quid, but to a reasonably good price. To be because bear in mind, Manchester isn't a rich area anyway. It's like London. It's not a rich area at all. Just to a price that's fair. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Like that is actually staggering though. 60 quid,
61.
Like 61, and that's pounds. Like because I know there's a lot of like euros users are watching. 61 quid. It's like 75 euros, I believe. 75 euros.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
That's a lot.
That's for the lowest prices. I can get tickets for Club Brugge, and I'm not a season ticket holder. My brother is. I'm not. I always use him to get to games. I believe I can get a ticket for maybe 30 euros. 30 euros compared to 75.
I was out right because obviously at some point I want to go see Feyenoord play at some point because I like Feyenoord. And I looked up how much it would cost me to go over for like a weekend in Rotterdam. Right, it's cheaper than me going to Manchester to watch City play. I'm going to a different country. Why?
You want to know something? You want to know something staggering? When I went to Copenhagen to watch the quarterfinal, semi-final, and final, like all the quarterfinals, all the semi-finals, and the final in the major in Copenhagen, I spent 150 on plane ticket, B&B, food, and the tickets. 150.
Yeah, over here, I thought triple that probably for all that stuff anyway. Over here. How bad the country is, by the way. It's how bad it is. We're a small island.
Yeah, and Denmark is an expensive country, by the way. Denmark is an expensive country.
but it's ours is even worse, mate. Like, it's like you want to know why as a big disconnect between the fan base right now and the ones that go to games. And then it shows you the whole ticketing thing. It's just like it doesn't help at all. Right? I'm not saying it improved the season, right? But it's one thing after another right now. Like every game, there's also something different going on with it. The season tickets. It's just we can't have a bit of pay. We can't have a bit of where we just sort of just relax. Like there's always something going on in the club right now this season. It's just
the only positive to come out of this season is the fact that fans are actually talking about this now. Because I feel like if we keep winning, fans won't talk about this. Like that's the only positive thing about this season. And I mean, it's a very minor positive, I suppose, but at least we're talking about it now. I go to Bayern home games sometimes, and I get tickets for 20 euros.
I can watch Kane. I can watch Kane, Sane, and like that for €3. Oh, sign me up.
Do you have season tickets, by the way, Dossiot? Are your season tickets?
That's the thing.
That's £17, right? By the way. That's £17.
There's this thing like with Germany care about fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas in the UK, mate, we don't at all. Not anymore. Used to, but it's all about this. It's about money.
Yeah, okay. Dossiot is a season tickets holder, but still,
that's good. We'll try that one club.
But I just find it staggering, like how bad it currently is, because I just don't understand. Like one side, the club is telling you, "Oh, the TV revenue matters the most. On the other hand, they're trying to get every penny out of the stadium. I don't understand that. Like, if the TV revenue is that much more important than the stadium, why not just make sure that all your fans can get into the stadium, get a great atmosphere, and that will help you in tough games. I really don't understand that.
No.
Yeah, it's just a joke. The prices, man. I don't go to games as much as I'd like to. I haven't gone to one in a while, but man, it's certainly not going to become any easier if 61 is becoming the minimum. Crazy work. Genuinely.
Yeah, I have not gone to games like Club Brugge games for a while now because it's starting to get too expensive. And Club Brugge is very cheap compared to like Man City. Apparently, Bayern is even cheaper. Maybe I'll go on a road trip once to München. But yeah,
The thing is,
yeah, go on.
so the thing is, right, is that it wouldn't be that if we were like still playing crap, right, but the tickets were actually good price. It wouldn't say be great, but it'd be a bit more like, all right, it's not ideal, but at least we're not getting ripped off for it. But when you're paying prices that like you are per game, and bear in mind that's not Hammer's making a cup scheme, by the way. So that's even different prices there. Like it's like fans already pay enough as it is for the games. Why are you charging them even more? When look, yes, PSR as the issue needs to be sorted out. But at the end of the day, right, the club aligns you. The club could very easily charge prices that are fair for the fact. We're not asking for like 20 quid, like 40 quid at most, maybe. There should be a cap on tickets for home and away games.
Absolutely.
A home 40, away 30. How about that? It's that way. It's enough for them to make money, but also it's cheap enough for the fans.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
And if you really want, like, how expensive is food at the Etihad? I'll ask that because obviously I haven't
God.
I haven't to go
I mean,
in a long time.
Well, it's not. I'm not sure when Connect last went, but I went last October, and beer's a lot of money. It's like £7 a pint now, which is like ridiculous.
That's fine.
Well,
beer in England isn't that great.
No, it's pretty. It's terrible. I mean, and the food is like. Well, usually I go to the Northern Soul with outside when I get like nice the cheesy chips, like and the cheese sandwiches and that. That's a good price, but I don't often buy food and say I buy it from one of the stuff outside because it's actually good, better food out there from proper made stuff. So, but the stuff inside is about like 7 or 8 quid for a pie if it's like that or something like that. It's ridiculous. It's mad how like you're paying like half the ticket itself for food to drink. Come on, get ripped off.
I think like food over here is expensive too in the stadiums, but it's not that expensive. Bigger, by the way, Herdable, and Rosa asks, and I'm not sure, what is the most expensive ticket in the Premier League? I'm actually not sure.
Is it Arsenal or Tottenham?
I don't think it's either. I don't think it's either.
I've just searched it up. I think it might be Arsenal. Apparently, most expensive match ticket for Arsenal is 141. No, wait, what? Apparently, it's Fulham. 160.
Just mad, Mark. I could buy 2 games for that and have more long-term fun that are playing those games than buying a ticket for a Premier League game that might be shit and be 0-0. How is that possible?
Of video games nowadays on Steam are €20. Like Kingdom Come Deliverance, that's a game I bought recently. Like 1 and 2, both of them. I bought that for 40 together with all the DLCs attached. So that's less expensive than a ticket. That's about 40 hours of gameplay per game. So that's 80 hours of gameplay, and I know I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah, compared to 2 hours probably at most. 0-0. I think boring part of bus football. It's just like
the worst games are the ones that last like that get into the 100 minutes. That's the worst games because it means it's a bunch of time wasting. Like sometimes it's because like some injury happened or a stoppage, but usually it's because of a bunch of time wasting when it goes into 100 minutes. Like I watched 2 games in a row, by the way, with 15 minutes of stoppage time. 2 games in a row in a single half, 50 minutes of stoppage time. It was Alves, and I forgot who they played, and then that Genk game against Denver, which was god awful. Both of those games, the ball was out of play more than in play.
What?
There was in the Alves game. There was a moment where it took them 1.5 minutes to take a throw in. How do you take 1.5 minutes for a throw in?
Yeah, how do you do that? Could they not find the ball?
The ball boys have the balls.
Yeah, just honestly, man. I just this is the thing. Right? I just the thing. I find it baffling how in this country they can charge ridiculous prices for tickets when the standard of football is pretty poor.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like certain teams that play good football. Like for me, our teams, I think Bournemouth play good football. Although Bournemouth prices are insane as well because they're me. But Bournemouth at least play good football. Forest are pretty good right now.
But Bournemouth is not a consistent team. Like one season they play good football, the next season they play shit.
Chelsea, no. Arsenal, God no. Tottenham, bloody God no.
Liverpool,
Jesus Christ, no. Like, you know what I mean? It's just the big teams are poor this year. Poor.
Yeah, all of the big teams, like across all of the leagues. Internationally hasn't been great this season. They haven't been quite as poor as us.
Bayern poor.
Bayern Munich are not poor. But like across all the leagues, the big teams are.
Barcelona have been good. Barcelona have been a better team than Triple but Barcelona hit this as well.
But Barcelona's problem is they play good for a while. They have a dip. They play good for a while. They have a dip.
Yeah.
And if they have to dip at the wrong time, they lose out on a trophy. So if they could keep that up for an entire season, then they would be great. But they could probably win a treble if they could keep that up all season. But I don't think they will.
It's the worst season we've had in a long time in terms of quality. Like I've never seen a season in a long time where there's been no actually good quality best team in the world. Like I couldn't tell you who it is right now because like Liverpool, no, PSG possibly, but who knows?
What's the last time it was this bad, in your opinion? Because I would go back all the way to like 2010 or something like that.
Probably because Real Madrid, I say, were good since won their first Champions League. Is it Ramos' header against Atletico? Because obviously before that they were terrible. They were terrible for years, Madrid in the Champions League. But I'd say I don't know.
Remember us in Champions League before the Pep game.
God, yeah. CSK, Moscow at home, Dumbia, God, Dumbia at home. Torres, oh mate. People, honestly, the fan base right now thinks this is bad. You remember in Europe how bad we were in Europe at times? Like Ajax away, us 3-1. Like, oh man. Schalke and Juventus at home. Oh god, 1-1.
That Juventus game, by the way. I think we should have won that. Like they were bad Juventus. We were just worse. Juventus wasn't playing a good game.
Oh god, yeah. The thing is, right? Look, in Europe, right? It's not going to get anyway, but it's just when we were new to it, right? I mean, it's mad because like, what's our first Champions League game at Madrid?
Our first Champions League game at Real Madrid. Then we win. Our first Champions League.
Napoli. It was it. Napoli at home. That was it.
Yeah. We won our first game against Real Madrid, I believe. Let me look that up actually. Because I believe we had a positive record against Real Madrid until this season.
Yeah, because we did the last 2 years not great, but
yeah, we had a positive record against Real Madrid until this season. Yeah, we lost our first game against Real Madrid, then we drew twice, then we lost again, and then we won 3 games in a row against them. Then obviously
recently.
The recent thing 3-1 on extra time. Big up Benzema. Thank you, bro. The 1-1 at the Bernabeu, the Bruyne goal, then 4-0. By the way, in that game, I did not celebrate any goal except for the 4-0 because I was so traumatized in the treble season.
Yeah, I was like, don't bottle it.
Yeah,
I was the exact same. The 4-0 is the only goal I celebrated that game.
You know what? Like, that Alvarez goal was actually underrated. Like the way Foden got that ball from Mahrez and played it into Alvarez, like that was all like our sub players. That's how good we were. As our sub players, Haaland and De Bruyne are off. Let Foden Alvarez on. They did the job for us. That was our good team.
We went unreal that season.
That team there was probably, I'm not saying it's the best team because there's a lot of debates about that, but it's probably our strongest squad we've had. Strongest squad, like
it is the best Man City team. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because here is the thing. Here is the thing. If you look, I think at the start of the treble season we were a bit bored. If you look at the final 3 months, like the final 3 months, especially the final 3 months, I think the final 3 months, that treble season team beats any other Man City team. Like just wipes the floor with any other Man City team. Because we were just so good, starting 11 and bench. I don't think we've ever had that much depth in a Man City team, before or since. Maybe arguably Centurions, but I don't think so. In Centurions, we weren't bringing Alvarez off the bench, were we?
No. We did have Gabby though, who back in 2018 he was looking like the future. No.
He was no Alvarez. He just scored a Centurion goal, too.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way, for the Centurion goal, that assist by De Bruyne, I feel like how many games did De Bruyne get a pass like that into Sterling and he put it over the bar? I think about Lille or Lyon. I always.
I'll tell you right. There is one thing, right, as a City fan, that would frustrate the most. Watching a compilation of De Bruyne assists to Sterling and Jesus that were missed. Because trust me, you want to just throttle ring. Those two wasted so many chances. I'm like, De Bruyne should have more assists.
I wish we had primed De Bruyne with Haaland for just one season.
Imagine the scenes, how good that would have been.
Yeah, bro. Because at the treble season, obviously, De Bruyne was already past his prime. I think he already started to slow down at the end of the treble season, De Bruyne. Imagine if we had prime De Bruyne with Haaland. Do you think he gets 40 goals in Premier League alone? I think he does.
Probably.
Yeah. De Bruyne at 26 with this Haaland, it would be lethal. It would be absolutely lethal.
Oh man!
Can someone get a time machine and then we'll get that done?
I'm staying here. I'm staying here. I'm staying here. I'm watching it now. I'm watching it again. Bruyne Haaland, that's the Premier League.
We go back, bring De Bruyne over here, and tell him, "Listen, we need you for like 10 games."
Yeah, like 100 assists.
We gave him a bit more makeup to make him look older. This is a trip down memory lane now, bro.
Well, it has to be because everything else is terrible right now.
Memory lane
now.
Don't want to think about Forest.
Forest is terrible, mate.
Your opinion on Forest, Lou? Professional opinion, because you're the coach with all coaches here.
Professional opinion. Shit. It was
great
shit.
breakdown. I don't know if you watched my video on it, because I did make a video, and in that video, I pretty much talked about how Pep Guardiola's philosophy felt, which is obviously space is moving, ball threat, yada yada. The thing I was looking at here in that game is how the wingers were useless again, and also how the midfield was just dysfunctional because I feel like Foden was way too easily taken out of the game. They could put pressure on Foden without actually fearing anything else happening from the midfielders who were freed up. I think that's just so woeful, tactically speaking, from Pep.
yeah, I just go on.
Yeah. So other than the Forest game, we've got a Brighton game coming up. And I'm not sure if the Brighton game is going to be much better, but here is the thing. For the Brighton games, it's by the way news that Bob might be fit. He won't start, obviously, but maybe Oscar Bob on the bench should at least be a model boost. Do we start Gundogan in that game ahead of Bernardo Silva? Because I just don't want to play with Bernardo Silva. I think Gundogan is better. Kovacic, Gundogan, one of them. Not both of them, but like one of them.
Yeah,
I think you can't play Bernardo, not after Forest, definitely not. And out of those two, probably would just go Gundo. Obviously, wouldn't be able to complete the full 90. The one thing I would worry about, and hopefully we'll have a plan for it, is obviously Brighton's energy. They're on very good form right now, and they've got good energy in that midfield. I don't know what their fitness is like, but I know Baleba, he's been great this season for them. And I remember when he got subbed on against us when we were beating them 1-0, and it just changed the game.
Absolutely. I don't know why he didn't start that game, by the way. Was he coming back from an injury or something?
Not too sure, to be honest, but it cooked us when he was on.
Absolutely. When is the last... Oh, I don't know. When is the last time we scored 3 goals in consecutive games?
What?
I have no idea.
Like in a row?
Wins in a row?
Yeah, three goals in 2 games in a row. I don't know. I actually don't know.
It's been a long time. As your answer. Hold on.
Have we done that this season? We have, right? Ipswich and West Ham. Is that the last time?
Yeah, maybe Ipswich and West Ham.
I think Ipswich and West Ham.
Oh, and West Ham and Salford, where we scored 4 against West Ham and 8 against Salford.
Right.
Right. Do you know what? That's that. Since that good run of form, well, Brentford away I won't count as good run of form because that was a bottle job. That was that game. But up and since Ipswich, right, we lost to PSG 4-2. We beat Chelsea 3-1. And then Bruges at home won 3-1. I mean, yeah. Arsenal away was the most embarrassing game I've seen in my life from overall takes. Then you got like Orient away. Who cares? It's a League One team.
We struggled way too much against Leighton.
Madrid at home embarrassing.
Absolutely.
Madrid at home. Like
Haaland did so well in that game, by the way. We disappointed Haaland in that game.
The last time Man City won 3 in a row, back in towards the end of last year and the start of New Year. We haven't won more than 5 in a row since. All right, I'll tell you this now. Last time we won the 3 games in a row was October. We haven't won 3 games in a row all conditions since October. That's how bad it's been this season.
Meanwhile, in 2021, we won 20 games in a row.
Oh man, bring it back.
Every game we won, right? That pet me with Dua Lipa playing every game. The vibes are great. The vibes are great. Now it's depression every week. Oh, great!
Absolutely. The thing is, people are talking about next season already. Like we're in March, and people are already talking about next season. Like obviously, there's always transfer news going around. I've never seen this much transfer news in March. Like we're at the start of March.
Machines are coming.
But you know what it is? I don't. Well, there's PR aspects to it. I think a lot of it is also just people realizing Man City is shit. We can get some clicks and views by talking about transfer news. I've never seen this much transfer news in March around Man City, and I've barely talked about any of it because it's. I've talked about it here and there. It's so boring. Like all these ITKs, by the way, they're all fake. Like, come on, this happens every year. A new ITK shows up. Now it's 20 ITKs, and then they prove to know nothing.
Yeah,
But
that
people suck it up.
that existant MCFC, like, I mean, come on, man. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not taking the piss here, right? But
Then he'd say Campiasso was already gone.
at least with Tone and Martin, right? They know where they get their things from. I know what who it is, and I understand it. It's not guaranteed, but at least you kind of know where it's coming from. These guys just, where'd you get it from? Because I know. Okay.
I
like-
saw it in my dreams.
Ex-correspondent at Man City MEN. Okay, fair enough, but that's not really making it any means you got it. I'm sorry, but like,
if you're the official correspondent of the club, why does the club not follow you?
exactly.
Yeah.
Club follows all the players on Twitter.
Like Camavinga, like you got Camavinga, you got Verts. Like, why? Where's this come from? Like Verts, I get because that's what's going on there at least.
I don't
Like,
get
Camavinga,
Camavinga. I've talked about this before with Luke. I don't think I've talked about it with you yet, Connect. Camavinga is such a weird player for us because I feel like we need a right back, we need a left back probably, we need a new attacking midfielder, and then maybe a centre back if depending on who leaves. A goalkeeper if Ederson does leave. That's like 5 players we need more right now than an 8-6 hybrid. What's your opinion on that? Like Camavinga link?
Well, I think the thing is whether this is what I would want in a player or not is Camavinga for Real Madrid. He's played various positions, like you mentioned. He's played the 8, he's played the 6, but he has also played left back. He went on a good spell playing left back for a while. I know the feeling. And so Pep loves that kind of player that can fill in left back. He's put Bernardo in left back before. Let's just remember that. So
and Zinchenko.
There you go. So whilst I don't know how much truth is in the Camavinga rumor, but it genuinely wouldn't surprise me the versatility he has, and if Pep rates him, then yeah, it wouldn't surprise
He's also
me.
quite young. He's 22,
Yeah.
23, one or the other. I just don't think I would not mind Camavinga. Like, don't get me wrong, I would not mind him. I think he's a solid player. But it's like 5 other players I want first.
Yeah.
Like, if we get 5 players I'm asking for here, and then we get Camavinga on top of that, great job. But that's not going to happen, let's be honest. That's not happening, is it?
No.
Like,
No,
maybe we get like 4 of them and then 2 of them in January. But he's just not a priority, is he? All the way to say
he's not. The thing is, to me, mate, it's not what we need. Like, I like him, but we don't need him. Like, we've got Nico, we've got Rodri now. We've got the 6s. So we don't need him anymore. We need 8s. We need players that can actually go for like go in the box into our own boxes. That's what we need. Like De Bruyne, David Silva. That's what we need. Now Verts can do that. Foden can do that. Cool. I'm fine with that. But Camavinga is just he's basically right. Utility player, which I'm fine with. But I don't want him just being put at left back all the time by Pep.
Well, you want that. Like, you have to think about this as well. Well, Camavinga want that.
Yeah,
well, Camavinga
exactly.
wants to play like that.
And Camavinga's a good player, by the way. He's a good player. I rate him very highly.
He could
But the problem is,
go to Serie A and play as a defensive midfielder there.
Inter Milan, AC Milan, exactly. I just don't think. I don't believe this at all. I think it's basically him putting the stuff out there to get a contract at Madrid. Because why would Madrid let him go the first time? Huh? Or better transfer, yeah.
Transfer. Because I think he's kind of falling out of favor with a lot of Madrid fans. Like, a lot of Madrid fans are like, you're too inconsistent and stuff like that about Camavinga. I've talked about it with a few, not a lot, but like, I think Madrid fans are just like, we can have better. Like Madrid fans are always like that, to be fair, but I think a lot of Madrid fans believe that they can get better, and I believe Zubimendi will go to either Barcelona or Madrid. So if they get Zubimendi, like why would they need Camavinga, right?
Yeah. Oh, Zubimendi, isn't he going to Arsenal?
No.
I swear that was a deal that got done. Maybe I've dreamt this one, guys.
Yeah, no, that was like some weird transfer news again. But he's not going Arsenal. He's not leaving Spain. Like, why would you leave Spain when two big giant clubs in Spain are lacking a true defensive midfielder? Real Madrid needs a new defensive midfielder, and Barcelona needs a new defensive midfielder. Arguably, so does Atletico Madrid, because Atletico is about to lose the ball, with getting quite up there in age. Why would you leave Spain? It's been very obvious that he wants to stay in Spain, and he's clearly good enough. He's the go-to second option for Rodri, and Rodri is the best player in the world. At least he was before he got injured. So I don't think he'd leave Spain, to be honest.
Yeah, that makes sense, especially if Atletico, Barca, or Real have a decent chance of knocking as well. You know, he's entering prime years. I believe, what is he, like 25?
He's 26, I believe.
26. So yeah, he's entering those big years of his life. I don't think he's gonna. I think if he gets to pick between Arsenal and either of those three Spanish teams, I think he'd rather pick the Spanish team.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Like personally, if I was like let's imagine hypothetical scenario. Let's imagine that Club Brugge is equally as rich as Man City, equal chances of winning the Champions League, equal chances of winning like the league title. Why would I not just play for the Club Brugge, stay with my family? Like, I think so many people forget about the human aspect. Like, these are human people, so with family, there is no need for him to move. And it's so difficult to get Spanish players because Spain grows up with that culture. Rodri moved out of Spain because he wasn't getting a chance in Spain. Like, let's be honest. He didn't want to leave Spain, but he wasn't getting a chance in Spain because people didn't really believe in his ability. He was only playing because the ball was injured. And he knew he was going to stop playing once the ball came back. Bruno to City links is like Haaland to Real Madrid links. Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes links again.
Again, it's why I don't bloody bother anymore. Because at the end of the day, right, I don't trust the club at them anyway. It's March. It's not May yet. Season's not over. I just
it's
think
as boring as Dennis Beard.
Because it's honestly, I just look. We know what we need. We do. But you are getting it now. What look? The earliest you'll probably hear anything. It's like Quenda going to Chelsea today out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, Chelsea's trying to play out of nowhere. Who, by the way, do you even need Quenda? No, they've got like 7 wingers anyway. But signed him up for, is it 75 million euros?
75 million euro contract to some random.
No, but he's got a 7-year deal, mate. 7-year deal.
They always do those ridiculous deals with Todd Bowley. Todd Bowley doesn't know football, does he? Like, credit to him, he spends the money, but he doesn't know football. He's trying to be Roman Abramovich, but he's failing.
Look, for me, right to the transfers, right? I just don't care right now. I don't care. Like, I'm not doing. Honestly, I'm avoiding doing streams in it because there's no point because it's just speculation. I've heard about Verts from Martin and people like that it's going well, which is I don't mind hearing that. It's cool, but I'm not giving a shit because like it's March. So I don't care about that yet. If we get a Verts, here we go. It doesn't matter. It's still March. We're not in the season yet. I don't care. Like it's not next season.
We need to get to the end of the season too.
Exactly.
Because we are really struggling. Like the Premier League table is very close. Aston Villa could realistically still get top 5. Chelsea is above us right now. Newcastle is right behind us. If we're not careful, we can finish 6th here. We can actually finish 6th if we're not careful. Like, I'm not saying that will happen, but do you think we'll get top 4 comfortably?
Yes, I think we will. But that will change if we don't get this form sorted out by April.
Yeah, we need to get an act together soon. Something I've been saying on my streams is that February. I think we were all dreading February when we were going into it because we had a nightmare run incoming. We're out of that now. Now is the time to pick up where you lost points. Okay, all the games left, you should be picking up the majority of what's left. There's just not many excuses now. Liverpool, Madrid, Arsenal, we can go there and be like, okay, we're not doing good this season. Not many expectations to beat them. But these games ahead, difficult games, don't get me wrong, but we need to just buckle up and deal with it.
Do you think Arsenal will drop out of top 4, by the way? Because I saw Lee Gunnar after the stream, and I think it was it after the Man United game? I believe it was, but he was saying we could be dropping out of top 4 league. I don't think they will, but Arsenal is not playing like Arsenal. I feel like it's Man City with the same problem, but different players. Man City without Rodri crumbles. Arsenal without Saka, it's the same story. Like Arsenal is just so dysfunctional, and instead of bringing in a proper right winger, they brought in a Sterling. And Sterling has had one good game for them. Now all the Arsenal fans hype him up. And then he'll play poorly again, and all the Arsenal fans will be like, oh, look at this. He's shit. Like that's the problem with so many football fans. It's like, one good game, you're great. One bad game, you're shit. The football fan... Take Salvinho. Salvinho started off good. Oh, he's like the next Real Madrid. Played a few poor games. Oh, he's shit. Played good again. He's next Real Madrid. Like people just, it's constantly switching up opinions, and I think Salvinho hasn't been good enough this season, to be honest. But I do think there's a play into it. I do think there's a reason why he hasn't been that good enough, and I think as a team gradually improving slowly, but I think we are improving as a team. The only thing is here for me. I look at the games you have left, and I'm going to say we win 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. I think we can do that.
Yeah. Look, if by April this form is sorted out, then I've got to ask serious questions of everything. Because I know we're giving another season, right? But at the end of the day, right, Pep's got to realise that at some point you can't just keep insanity. There's something over and over again, but it's a different result. We know what works this team, and that you've got to change it up. Constantly considering the same stupid strategy isn't going to work. Because like, top of the way, we won 1-0. Should have been 4 or 5 probably another day. Forest, terrible. Like, we've got to be consistent in what we're doing here. Like, not just one game great, next game terrible. It needs to be consistent. Because it's getting honestly, I'll ask you both this. Do you have any idea what team tomorrow Pep will pick, and if it will be the exact same team as the last game or different team entirely?
It will probably be the exact same, if I'm being honest. Maybe 1 or 2 tweaks, but
yeah,
Silva will play. I can tell you, Bernardo Silva will play.
Oh God! A game of pass back.
Maybe we can be blessed, Luke. Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Kovacic. Coming back. It's coming back. That
But Josh, go outside. If that happens, man, I'm going outside to touching grass. I'm not putting myself through that.
Go touch your pitch, isn't it?
I just want a creative team, mate. I'm not asking for 5 goals a game. Just give me some good style of football, some creativity, and go for it. Do you like the old days?
Absolutely. I agree. Big up to... I'm apologizing for mispronouncing your name. Supoyoti. My apologies for butchering that name. First time in chat. Big up to you. Thanks to Luke. Subscribed, and we'll be looking forward to the next stream. Cheers. Cheers to you. We actually said we would have a debate about Guinness beer here, didn't we? And by the way, correct, are you old enough to drink?
I will be soon.
Oh, you will be soon. Now, when you're old enough, you need to drink a Guinness, and you need to tell me if Guinness is shit or not, because Luke and I have this conversation going. Guinness is mediocre beer. Like it's not shit, but it's not good either. Like it's way overrated.
It's not my favorite bit. I like Peroni or like a nice refreshing beer, which is going to quench the thirst. Guinness is more of a chilled, like just eat and drink. Let's say if I see it on offer on tap, I'll get some. But if I want a refreshing beer, to be fair, I do prefer some Belgian beers are really nice, but like the ones that quench the thirst, not just the
Stella.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Irish beer is better.
Huh?
Irish beer.
Irish beer's nice, yeah. It is good. But again, like you want the beers that quench the thirst, not just the old like bad like Foster's is terrible. Don't go for that. Don't go for Foster's. Terrible.
I've never drank it actually. I've never drank Foster's.
Don't. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's what everyone says, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why is English beer made like that? Like generally, like every time I go to England, I'm like, this isn't even beer. This is just cheap water mixed with some alcohol.
I've gone to Greece. I've gone to France. I've tried beers in different countries in Europe, right? They're way better. I thought France. I felt like I was so impressed with what I had out there. Greece, Hellenic beer is so good, so nice. It's so refreshing.
I've never been to Greece. I really want to go to.
Recommend it.
It's really good there. I went on a holiday there a few years ago.
I went to Egypt once, and well, they don't have a good beer. Egyptian beer is also that because obviously, like Egypt does have some beer because like it's modernized a lot more, but like obviously there's a lot of Islamic culture.
It's more coffee over there. It's more coffee and like wine, but which is fine. I like that kind of stuff. I don't mind having it. But if you want beer, you settle more European. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Japanese beer is also woeful, I hear. Anyhow,
Asahi's nice. Asahi's nice. That's okay. But apart from that, yeah.
On to the last topic of the stream. The FA Cup.
Football and beer. This is what I like about the stream.
It works perfectly together, doesn't it? FA Cup. Raise your hand if you think we'll win it. Correct is
right.
Correct is hopeful.
Beat Bournemouth, we will. But
think?
I'm worried about Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Bournemouth is not the one I'm worried about.
I just want to see creative football. Pep plays that football every rest of the season, we'll win it. But it's down to him to get it right.
I think we'll actually beat Bournemouth, and I think we'll lose to Villa. Like, I think Aston Villa is winning the FA Cup. I think Nottingham Forest, by the way, a lot of people overrate Nottingham Forest and the Cup because it's so different to play a Cup game and a League game. And I think Nottingham Forest is just not very good in the Cups right now. I don't think they'll actually do as well as people think. Brighton will probably knock them out, I think. Brighton play Forest. I think Brighton will knock them out. And then the other game is, I have no idea. Fulham Crystal Palace. That's maybe the most interesting game there.
Yeah. In terms of who I think will go for it, I think Fulham will actually get Palace. I think Craven Cottage will be up for it.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I think either of them. I think it's like a coin toss between those two.
I'm praying for a Preston miracle, but we'll see. I do agree that
don't pray too much because otherwise they might have a miracle against us. We don't have good luck with Wigan either.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't need to be the team that gave Wigan and Preston an FA Cup.
Absolutely not.
Bournemouth realized that they probably won't get top 6, so they'll go full strength in FA Cup, barring injuries. They're not that far behind of top 6, are they? Let me check right now. How many points are they on?
They're on 44 points, which is 3 points off top 6.
They're only 3 points behind. Well, what's their last few games? Brentford at home, Ipswich at home, West Ham away. You know, they could actually get top 6 though. But like they've got a few difficult games there, but they could actually get top 6. You know, they could actually get top 6. Don't write them off yet.
Chelsea won't know. Chelsea won't get tops. I think they will. I think Chelsea's form is erratic.
Yeah, I think
Chelsea tries to lay off from that, like winning a title race thing, but I think pressure is a good thing. Like too much pressure is bad, of course, but like if you have no pressure on you, you'll never be motivated to put in the work. I think Chelsea laid off the pressure way too much because even at these lower clubs, there is pressure. If you're at a mid-table club, there is a pressure to keep performing to stay a mid-table so you don't get relegated or don't go down a certain position. Because obviously these players, they have clauses in their contract. The higher you finish, the more money you get. If you completely do away all that pressure, you're going to drop off. Relegation teams, they have pressure. They're expected to survive, except for the 3 relegation teams that came up this year. By the way, if Wolves win one more game, they could become, they could survive the league on 27 points. Genuinely. They only need to win one more game this season, and they've survived. Third form, talking about Chelsea, obviously, has fallen off a bit. That's why. But yeah, they could get top 6 if they have a run of wins. What are Chelsea's last games, I suppose? We're not talking about City anymore, are we? To round off on Chelsea 10.
Ooh, it's difficult.
Arsenal, Tottenham. Well, Tottenham is easy, to be fair. Except for us.
Yeah.
Brentford, Ipswich, Fulham, Everton. Yeah, they've got some tough games there.
Yeah, that final 5 is tough for them. Everton, Liverpool, Newcastle, United.
Everton is beatable, I think. Everton at Goodison Park right now is terrible. It's terribly difficult. But Everton at home, I think is manageable.
Yeah, should be.
Yeah.
That's it then. Is there anything else you'd like to say here? Because I actually have to go pretty soon. So, anything else you guys want to say?
Win tomorrow, please. Just win, please. Great football, please. I'm begging, please.
A good performance.
I've said
what positive stream? What positive stream?
Positive Blue Friday show. Have we ever done a positive Blue Friday show?
Not yet, that's
Not one due to City's performances, not to my knowledge.
Finally.
We need to get a win, and then I'll call the next episode of Blue Friday show Positive Friday show. Happy Clappers Friday show.
Finally,
yeah, I'll call it Happy Clappers FC, and then Positive Blue Friday show.
Just flat, like scarves on, shirts on, like
Get the double scarf. Get the double scarf, make it ready, yeah.
Shamelessness. We're shameless, we don't care. I'm doing it. Are you happy with this?
Get into plastic trophy and lift it.
We need Brighton. Oh, mate.
Arsenal didn't beat Brighton this season, so we have that over them.
Yeah.
By the way, if you win the FA Cup and Arsenal wins nothing, which they won't, we've had a better season than Arsenal, right?
Yeah, I mean,
we're top 4 trophy. Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the verdict. Thank you guys for watching. I'll redirect you guys quickly to someone. I'm not sure who. No one is live right now. Why is nobody live? Do your jobs, bruv. Y'all got only one thing to do.
Everyone's done, mate. No one cares anymore.
Yeah. I don't like redirecting to the big channels because they don't really need the 6 viewers I have, to be honest. But I'll redirect you guys to Adam. I'm not sure how much longer he's live, but yeah, let's go there. Thank you guys for the second end today, as always, and I'll see you guys on the next one.